Steven Universe, episode 6. Man, this episode is another iconic episode that also just feels a little bit weird to me. This episode is about Steven trying to figure out shapeshifting, and basically Amethyst tries to teach him, but he ends up turning his finger into his cat. And then eventually his whole body starts morphing into a cat, but in like a very horrific way that's really creepy. What is this episode? What is with this episode of Frybar? I've kind of watched these episodes back to back for these reviews. Why are these episodes so freaky? Like, goddamn. I think this episode's weird because I think there's a couple moments in the show where, like, the cat finger's like a background gag or something. But for the most part, cat fingers never come back. And Steven never really figures out shapeshifting for the most part. I mean, he can kind of morph his body to be a little bit taller or, age himself a little bit, but that's a little bit different. Like, there really should have been more of a follow up with shapeshifting, if you ask me, because, like, even it's weird, like, I forget what episode it was like a background detail. Steven just turned his finger into a cat, but, like, by the end of this episode, Steven hasn't mastered that ability. So when did he master that ability just to kind of boop and then gone? Kind of weird, right? So it's just a lot of like, wait, Steven's is a shapeshifter, but like how and when did he like master these abilities? I don't know. It's not a bad episode. I just feel like there's never been a direct answer of whether or not Steven could actually shapeshift. I think the point of this episode was to show us that he can't, but then they've had episodes where he's like kind of shapeshifting his body to be a little bit taller or whatever, so he kind of can. I don't know, there should have been more of an answer. I think the answer is just kind of obvious, but I still would have liked a direct answer, which is that Steven can't really shapeshift like the gems because his body's not a projection of light like their bodies. His body is just a human body, so morphing his human body into something entirely different would kind of be theoretically impossible, but yet somehow it is possible because it happens in this episode. So I'm not really sure. Let me know your thoughts, like, share, and subscribe.